Well, United looks like they're trying to do something they've never gonna hate to do in their entire transfer career, especially in the mid of the transfer window, but they're gonna hate to do it at the climax of the transfer window, and they're trying to obviously work on two deals, Rasmus Højlund and Sofyan Amrabat, and it looks like things going down in Italy at Fiorentina are like the transfer is accelerating, and the board of Fiorentina have gone ahead to obviously do something that has shown us that there is a very huge acceleration in the transfer of Sofyan Amrabat. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, Rock and David, all already is my name. We are talking Rafael Varane, one of those who are going to hate to put out a statement that's going to hate to catch my attention highly as far as Erik ten Hag is concerned. If I told you having a player of experience of Rafael Varane coming out and giving the flowers to Erik ten Hag in just one season as spent at Man United, that shows you how gifted and different Erik ten Hag is, and it reflects way back to why Pep Guardiola hinted on some of his replacements at City, and Erik ten Hag was one of those that came in through. And lastly, we are talking about Bruno Fernandes having been given the new captaincy of Man United. Who are his ADs that are going to give him assistance when it comes to captaining the club of Manchester United? Most of you really know that the club is only having one captain, but we have very many captains. The one on the pitch is not only the captain the team is really having, but there are others and their well-described duties in the club of Manchester United. Let's see close to 300 likes. Smash on this video and don't forget to subscribe. How do you subscribe? Lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. Now, coming in from a source called Izemnas, obviously you expect French outlets to be so much close to this, and they've gone ahead to let us know that negotiations have sped up this afternoon after Manchester United and Fiorentina for Sofyan Amrabat. His agent is in Florence to speed up things. So his agent, who happens to be his brother, is in Florence, that is Fiorentina, to speed up the deal. And what shows you that things have gone ahead to speed up at the side of Fiorentina and Man United to really see this deal over the line. We have a story coming in from Corey Fiorentina. This is a very huge source coming in from Fiorentina, confirming us that the feeling now is Fiorentina offices. The feeling now in Fiorentina offices is that Man United will launch a decisive bid for Sofyan Amrabat over the weekend. Fiorentina manager Vincenzo Italiano even wants Amrabat to join United by Sunday. He's unfocused. And then the other story that goes ahead to confirm to you how things have gone ahead to accept down at Fiorentina to see to it that Sofyan Amrabat crosses to Manchester United is Fiorentina's Sofyan Amrabat has been handed some extra days of break amid his interest from Man United, report many outlets in Italy. So that is Gate Italian football news in English. Now, when you add all that, it obviously brings you to one of the big issues we've been talking about of this deal accelerating. Now, the coach wants him to be gone by Sunday, that is 2 days from now, and they're expecting a decisive bid to come in from Man United this weekend. And what does that really shows you? It leads us with domino effect that Fred might be gone by today or by weekend, and United would have gone ahead to get in more money, so to it that they make a bid for Sofyan Amrabat, as they also really plan to make a bid of Rasmus Højlund. Now, how are they going to make this? Now, no sooner Fred leaves than United gets the money for this deal, and there is another deal that is on the way that can get in United 20 million plus. That is a deal of Dean Henderson. The coming in of Andre Onana is going to speed up the deal of Dean Henderson to Nottingham Forest, and we might get in some good money by Sunday. And if at all United really senses that those deals are going to be done and money is going to be coming in through, then they'll have to obviously launch a bid for Sofyan Amrabat, and we'll see whether they are going to accept it. And the board telling telling Sofyan Amrabat obviously take some days off is really another sign of acceleration of this transfer, as they see his head is not all settled at Fiorentina. And you have to do such things because you can't keep a player who doesn't want to get kept. You know, there are players like Sofyan Amrabat who will always come on training, do what he has to do, but his heart is not in Florence, that is Fiorentina. His heart is in Manchester, and it will take a coach to obviously analyze how deep in his performances has gone. And after that, he always knows that the problem is the transfer that is going to hate to keep him waiting for so long, and they believe that he should be gone by Sunday. Secondly, the reason why they're excluding him to say that doesn't train with the club is that they need the money. They need the money at Fiorentina, and having needed the money at Fiorentina, they don't want him to get injured because they're going to get close to £30 million from the sale of Sofyan Amrabat. So if I know they're getting £30 million for a player they signed for less than £5 million, that is a huge amount of money they are making. To say it that they are getting him sold, and obviously see what they have to do. And the other is all about the relationship between them and Manchester United. United is going to hate to have some good, great young talents, and maybe we might get a story one time that Fiorentina is willing to really sign a player for Man United, or even get a player on loan. That is it. And teams like Fiorentina being same clubs, or being what we call, how can we refer to them, as the fishing ground, they would like to relate with Man United a lot, because they know that United will always be informed by Fiorentina on the available great talent they're having, and then United will obviously be reciprocating to see whether they buy or not. So I think there are very many reasons as to why they've gone ahead to let him know that step aside, but the big reason is it's because United have shown huge interest. There are fears that Liverpool is coming for Sofyan Amrabat, and those fears were really turned down. But the big team that would have gone in for him would have been Barcelona, but the problem is Barcelona don't have money to sign the player. Even in the January transfer window, they wanted to sign him on loan, and Fiorentina told them unless it's a loan with an option to buy. And I think his staying at Fiorentina helped them a lot to play the finals of the UEFA Conference League. They lost 2-1 to Fulham, and that game, Declan Rice lost the midfield battle to Sofyan Amrabat. So to me, I look at Sofyan Amrabat as one of those players that is not only going to come in through to act as a Casemiro backup, but he can also displace him. He's still young, 26 years of age. Ten Hag knows him. He has worked with him at Utrecht from 2015-2017. He's a player that the club of Man United has always needed, and I think we are getting him to see to it that he gets us to where we want to be as a club of Manchester United. So let's wait and see how that pans out, but it looks like the deal is accelerating, and in the near future, we are going to see this deal done over the line. Now, I read this tweet that came in from Football Vorot, and it really kept me wondering how Erik ten Hag is, how special this guy is. Now, we've been told Rafael Varane is a world champion and a 4 times Champions League winner, and he told Football Vorot that he still learned a lot about football under Erik ten Hag. It shows his extraordinary and sometimes innovation vision of football. So, Varane is still learning from Erik ten Hag. If at all you know the managers that Rafael Varane is going to hate to meet, they are really huge. Didier Deschamps, Jose Mourinho, Lopetegui, Carlo Ancelotti, Zinedine Zidane. He has gone ahead to meet a lot of managers at Real Madrid, Marseille, and the French national team. Even at Man United, he was managed by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Ralf Rangnick. But the attention that Erik ten Hag pays to the details on the training grounds of the pitch, and how he innovates playing systems to see to it that the team of Man United really gets all way going, has really gone ahead to send him into what we call a total astonishment, you know. he keeps innovating new ideas. And these players like Rafael Varane won't come out and obviously give a manager praise when he doesn't deserve it. I never heard him praise Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That is it. I never heard him praise Ralf Rangnick. He only praises managers that are really up to the task and have gone ahead to really express it on the field of play. And for him, he really believes that with him, we can go places. And let me tell you, with Erik ten Hag, even the moon is not the limit because there are footsteps there. So we are going to go far and far and far. All what limited him last season was lack of players, quality I mean, because there were players like Scott McTominay coming in for Casemiro, and every time he came in through, there was a degrade. That was a downgrade, and most of the positions that were really so much important for the club of Manchester United downgraded every time the first teamer really found himself out of the team. So it shows you that with the signings that Erik ten Hag is going to make this season, people aren't giving United a chance to even win a trophy. But let me tell you this: if you see Amrabat, Disasi, and Rasmus Højlund joining Mason Mount and Andre Onana, then it's what we call a done deal. That is it. It's what we call a done deal for you guys, because United is going to compete at levels it has never competed at. Ten Hag says even good is not good enough, meaning that if you give him 100%, he wants 110%. If you offer 100%, 110%, he will call for 120%. This is what keeps these players so much surprised, that they've been at clubs where managers are contented with what they're offering. But even if you offer your best, Ten Hag will want more of your best. So that is what Rafael Varane is really talking about. It shows you the hunger that this manager of United really has, and is so much obsessed of progress of a player, and he doesn't believe that there is a limit to a talent of a player, and he keeps asking for more, even though you've gone ahead to give out your best. So that really caught my mind, and I said my viewers of United Matters channel have to really get a grasp of this, because it's something unusual to hear a senior player like Rafael Varane coming out and issue out those statements. Then we go to Bruno Fernandes. Yesterday he was named the captain of Man United, but it was not a surprise because we knew it was going to be him. Not so, but Samuel Lucas has gone ahead and obviously thrown into something that most of you had not paid a lot of attention to detail to. Although Bruno is now officially recognized as a Man United captain, figures at the club have stressed the coterie of leaders remain in the squad. That is Varane, Casemiro, Rashford, Heaton, and Luke Shaw, all from a leadership group that Ten Hag consults and expect them to support Bruno Fernandes. So, before last summer started and Erik ten Hag started his job officially as a United permanent manager, his former boss at FC20, that is McLaren, who is serving as his assistant at the club of Manchester United, came in through and did an interview with I think it was with the Mirror or the Daily Mail, and talked about how the leadership is built at the club and how they are going to solve the leakages that were in the dressing room of Man United. He said the club must be having 5 captains. Yeah. So when you look at those 5 captains, David De Gea has been one of those and has left. Now they've gone ahead to name Bruno Fernandes as the main captain. I think Varane is going to be the assistant captain, as you saw him really captain United for the previous games in there for you. So then Casemiro, then Rashford, Heaton, and Luke Shaw. So that is going to be another hierarchy that is going to be followed so much at the club of Man United to help Bruno do his role, because you can't be everywhere like a captain. But if at all you're having 5 more leaders on your team, they help you obviously downplay what would have gone ahead to really leak in the team. And a very good lineage of communication has been set up from Erik ten Hag down to his management and to his team. So that is it. So your thoughts on to Amrabat transfer accelerating are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Bruno Fernandes and the 5 other captains? Erik ten Hag has gone ahead to really hand over to him to see it that the leadership role of United is really so much in line. And lastly, Varane throwing lots of flowers to Erik ten Hag because of the way he has gone ahead to astonish him ever since he has been coached by different coaches all over he has traveled in his career. I sign out for now. See you later. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living true God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. I sign out. Ciao, ciao. Muslims, Ramadan Kareem. Bye-bye.